welcome to today's interview. I'm Kiana and I'm joined here by a special guest. We're actually in the church that she's going to be getting married in this December. And so will you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Lily Preston. I'm a senior public relations major at KSU, and I'll be getting married in December, right after I graduate.
Lily, when did you get engaged and when did you decide to plan the wedding yourself?
So we got engaged in February of 2025. It was actually on Valentine's Day, which was really sweet. And then shortly after, we started, doing some of the beginning planning stuff, like picking a date and picking a venue and things like that. And then from there, I just it made sense that we planned it ourselves, and we could save a lot of money on a wedding planner and all that sort of stuff. So it was pretty soon after we decided to do it ourselves.
So what's been the hardest part about juggling schoolwork and wedding planning?
Definitely, I feel like it's almost like a work-life balance. I feel like, is like work is kind of my school, and then like planning a wedding would be like, I guess, the life part of this, the personal life, I guess. And so it's been pretty hard to kind of strike a balance. There's some weeks when I feel like it's really school heavy, be it like midterms or I've got a big project that's due. And so I feel like I really need to focus on that. Or there's weeks when, there's a lot of wedding stuff that's going on, so I need to focus on that instead. So it's been hard to kind of just figure out what that balance looks like, and it's different every week.
So with all the wedding planning, how do you keep yourself organized?
Yeah, I mean, I've got, the knot.com has like a built-in timeline to keep me on track and things like that. And then, I've got a couple of planners. I have like one separate for school, and then I have one specific for weddings. So I just kind of have to check both of those every week or every day, really. I have like this poster board that has like all of my wedding to-do things, and it shows what's in progress, what I still need to work on. So I've got a lot of ways that I keep myself on track.
So how has this experience affected your relationship with your fiance?
I think it's really brought us together. It gives us a lot of stuff that we can work on together, and trying times create strong bonds and all that. So I think it's been good for us to kind of work on this together and be able to support each other through the wedding stress and school stress and all of that.
So when things kind of feel like it's too much in this process, what keeps you motivated?
Just relying on Jesus through the whole process and knowing that, he's planned all this out for me to kind of go on, with this plan in mind. And so he's gonna, the work that he started, he's gonna bring to completion.
So Lily, how has being a senior in college shaped your perspective on getting married?
Yeah, it's really, being a senior, it really feels like the closing of a whole book. We talk about, we're moving on from one chapter to another, but I feel like, graduating and leaving college and no longer being in school anymore is like, the book is like, it's shut, like we're moving on. So it's been really cool to simultaneously like open up the next book at the same time, the sequel and marriage and kind of what all that looks like at the same time. So, the story doesn't have to stop here, I feel like sometimes it feels like there's just a brick wall there at the end of graduating. But, knowing that there is definitely something beyond that can be very encouraging.
Right, so the last question is, if you could give advice to someone that's trying to balance big life changes, what would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say take it a day at a time. If you look at the whole forest all at once, it definitely gets very overwhelming. But, every day you can do one thing that's going to push you closer to, I guess, fulfilling that dream or reaching that change that you're trying to get to. And so, just do that one thing every day that's going to get you a little bit closer. And before you know it, you're going to be there. And a lot of the things that you needed to do to get you there have already been accomplished. And so you don't need to stress about it, right there the month before graduation or the month before getting married or all that stuff.
Well, thank you so much, Lily, for taking the time to do this interview. We really enjoyed having it, and I hope that everyone kind of got more perspective on balancing, planning a wedding and student life, whether you can relate to it or not. We all have to balance big life changes at some point. And so, thank you guys for watching. Bye.